So Gary, the last time we saw you was at the Barrett-Jackson auction in Las Vegas.
Yeah, well, there's too many things going on at Las Vegas, and everybody gets interested in so many different things, and they get their wives away, and the wives pulls them here and do a little gambling and this and that. So you really don't have the concentration of the automobilia and automobile people right there all the time where you can't get away. And it was just at the time where the market had taken a horrendous dump. We put the beast up. I didn't think they spent enough time on it. I didn't think they were kind of interested in mine enough at the time. But, you know, since then, it's the way the ball bounces. It still brought a lot of money. But I thought it should have brought more, but I always think my stuff should bring a lot more. And I found something that's truly unique and a Barrett-Jackson item, and that is, in 1940, the production of Grapes of Wrath. And it's about the story of a family that goes from Oklahoma to California during the Dust Bowl and the Depression because it's going for a better life, and it just gets worse and worse. 69 years ago, after the production of the movie, John Ford's production of this thing, they put this old 26 Hudson, which was basically the star. It's one of the first great movie cars of all time, because almost every scene has this old 26 Hudson that they'd cut it behind the front doors, and they'd put a truck body on the back, and then they put on the mattresses and the whole 12 people, and then they do this journey from Oklahoma to California. Now, 69 years later, I pull it out, and here it is. And in 6 months to the day, we've restored it. It happens to be the 100th anniversary of the Hudson Motor Car Company, which started in 1909. And I found out some very interesting things I did not know before. Hudson at that time was the third largest selling car in the world behind the Ford, Henry Ford. And this is the Grapes of Wrath car, correct license plates, correct everything.
Got out of the old McAllister.
Went as far as I could possibly go with this thing. Even the inside door panels were the original panels on the rear doors. The outside of the door skins, they're the front door panels. Every instrument is correct. Even the lights, the steering wheel, everything on this, we used every component, the door hinges, the door locks, the door, everything. Just have a lot of fun with it. And it's light, it's fun, and it's the alter ego, and it happens to be one of the great movie cars of all times. I can't think of anything that would even be much better than this. Barrett-Jackson gets their next shot with this, and that'll be in January in Scottsdale, Arizona, 2010. They never had shock absorbers on them in those days, so I put the shock absorbers front and rear on. It adds a little to the pizzazz, adds a little to the ride, and it looks neat. And where I could put in one rivet, I put in 20. Everything in excess, nothing in moderation. Back here, you can see it starting to go together. Painted everything red, redid everything. And I always had, if you look right up here, you'll see a painting on a picture on the wall that a friend of mine gave me 25, 30 years ago of a car, and they'd had this unique feature of having the rear tire with the pointy tail going through it. And I always wondered how the hell they did that. And when I saw this car in storage, it had this little carrier on it, and I said, how simple, that's how that worked. What could I do with it that would make it unique? And that's what I did. One thing, when you have one of my cars, the Prince of Wales cars, you will never, ever see yourself coming. You have a one-off, absolutely guaranteed. And they're always something that people go, hey, look at that. And that's what it's about. You pull into a Concours, I guarantee you, you will be one of the big guys, if not the big guy, when you're with one of my cars, because they are outstanding looking, they are outstanding cars. They're great examples of what they are. Check me out, www.ebentley.com. You'll see the world's greatest cars that I've built, designed, manufactured, and restored.
Wherever men are fighting for their rights, that's where I'm gonna be, Ma. That's where I'm gonna